Okay, so I think there's one rule when it comes to public speaking and in events that we seem to be forgetting increasingly of late. And it's particularly worrisome in online events because your audience can just kind of walk out the door when they're done. And that is this: your job is to leave your audience at a better place than where you found them. Now, too often what happens is public speakers will come out and they'll start big and they'll get off there and they'll start them off here and kind of work them down. They'll have their big opening, getting everybody excited about things, and then they'll kind of pull them down. And in events, what happens, sometimes they'll hire a speaker, it could be somebody like me or one of my peers, who will at the end do our very, very best to build our audience up. We'll take them through a peroration. A peroration is the part of a speech at the end where you re-emphasize your points, but you build them up and you get them to a point where you're getting your audience to believe that this is where you're taking them. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what it's about. And I hope if you put these things into play, you will take those away and be better. Thank you so much. And they're like, that's your peroration. And it's a very, very important part of a talk. Now, so we have managed to build an audience up to that point, and then what happens? Well, then what happens is somebody comes up and does some housekeeping. Right, cool, thanks very much, guest speaker, really appreciate it, that's amazing. Okay, guys, yes, before we leave now, I just want to kind of take you through a couple of little important things. We will be hosting our next meeting at March the 17th. Stop it. Right, you got to plan, you got to realize that you do not want to bring your audience, your speaker, or even yourself, or however you've done it, has built your audience up to a point, but the last thing you want to do is to bring them back down again. You want to leave them at the beautiful place they are. I remember years ago I was emceeing an event and the speaker before me, I don't MC anymore, but the speaker before me at the time was a guy by the name of John Flismus, a South African comedian speaker who's just phenomenal. And he had taken the audience to such a beautiful, beautiful place. And I was looking at all the housekeeping that I was supposed to do afterwards, and I thought, I just can't do it. I can't go out there with any kind of good faith and take the audience, be the buzzkill for everything that John Flismus had created. So instead, I stood up there and said, ladies and gentlemen, anything I can say now will be taking you away from that beautiful place that John has just taken to you. So all it needs for me to do is to, and I built on the peroration. All it needs for me to do is to wish you all the best, to go away, to do things, and I will meet you outside and give you any of the details and talk to you about your parking stuff. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, off you go. And then everyone cheered. Because every second you stay on the stage, it's like your heart rate. Imagine you're running on a treadmill and you get your heart rate up. Your speaker does that, gets the audience heart rate up, gets the emotions high. Every second that you wait before letting them go at that point, you're letting their heart rate regulate again. You're bringing the heart rate back down again to normalize. And that's not where you want your audience to be. You don't want your audience to leave normalized. You want them to leave at that high point. You know, one of my all-time favorite pieces of music is by a band called Two Steps from Hell. They write kind of soundtracky bits of music, and it's called Enchantress. And the song just builds and builds and builds. And Jazz always laughs at me because when it's on, I have to stop what I'm doing, and I'm sitting there and I'm getting in the moment and being like, oh, like a dad and stuff. It's like so powerful. And builds and builds and amazing! You know what you don't do after that? Add on an extra verse. You don't sit there when it's finished and then tell them about, where they get their parking stamp validated. And yet that's exactly what we do. We pay some outside speaker or we build some big ending to do something amazing, and then we end instead with like a housekeeping notice. No, stop it. Here's what you're going to do from now on. I want you to do any of the housekeeping, any of the end of the event stuff, I want you to do before your build. So just move it one step ahead. Move it to before your build, especially on an online event, because people will stay for the big closing speaker, but they will not stay for your housekeeping. We see it all the time because now we have the numbers. The moment the speaker is finished, we look at the numbers of audience attendees and they're just dropping like flies. So you're going to move right to the end of it, and you're going to hand over to your speaker. You're going to do your big finish, your big build. They're going to go up, 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 up. They're going to finish, and then all that's going to happen, you get it back on stage and say, wow, Malcolm Gladwell, thank you so much. That was amazing. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you. And until we see you next time, next month, thank you very much for your attention. You carry on the peroration. You carry on the big punchy build. The three things that Malcolm spoke about. A, B, C. That's what we need to do. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go out there and do it. And end big. So it's just one little change I want you to make. One little part of your event that I want you to move one step ahead. Please try it. Let me know how it goes. And if you're a speaker, if you're building, if you're working on a talk, what I want you to make sure that you do is end on that high. Yeah, it could be, here are 5 things I'll forever end on a recap. And I'm going to do a whole video on ways to end a speech very, very soon. But like, do your recap, do your build, and make sure that your pace goes up and gets up to that point and leaves them where you want to leave them, which is exactly what I want you to do right now, right after you like and subscribe to this video channel. Ladies and gentlemen, on you go out there and hit subscribe. Goodbye.